Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You're welcome. This is Felix on the call tonight and taking us on a ride on an opportunity. We call it 3-in-1 financial solution combo, powered by a platform referred to as AITECH. AITECH as AI technology. Now, 3-in-1 solution is what we have for you tonight, but we're going to be dwelling more on one of the solutions. 3-in-1 solution has to do with passive income opportunity from the global financial market, and it is passive, hands-free, and decentralized income model. We have active and career income models, and then we have residual and social capital building income model. These are the three power pack in one box that we have for you tonight. Introducing to you AI tech ecosystem as a model for passive, for active, and residual income called 3-in-1 financial solution. Now, to achieve this, and we're going to be dwelling and exploring one of the part of it, is that we're going to be exploring the tool to achieve these three model, but most importantly, the first model, which has to do with passive, hands-free, and decentralized income model. But before we go there, I know a good number of us have heard about financial markets, heard about forex trading and all of that. I just want to draw your attention to something very quickly, because most of us, when you hear about forex trading, our heart breaks because we do not know other aspects of this phenomenon. What we know, most of us, or even some that claim to be professional, is just one segment of this opportunity or of the industry called the forex market. Now, I quickly want to share with you for you to have an understanding so that we'll take you on this ride tonight and then we can explore it together. So I'm going to be showing you something wonderful tonight as a tool to achieving the passive decentralized financial model, and then you're going to love it after all. Now, I quickly want to show you something very important: the opportunity and business models from global financial markets. Trading, institution, and services are what are available. Now, let me show you. In recent times, the forex market is no longer just about buying and selling currency pairs. Take note, it has entered a phase of institutional democratization, where retail traders are gaining access to tools and capital structures previously reserved for banks. So these models are used by companies and individuals to generate revenue with or without directly trading their own capital. You will understand. Now, these are segments. What most of us know about trade or financial market, forex trading, or forex business is retail trading, and which has to do with, because these are methods used to actively participate and generate returns from currency fluctuation. So if you are within just the realm and your participation is just basically you learn how to trade, you trade by yourself, you do all the things, you are limited within this region. Now, many of us do not know that forex brokerage is a business. So we have some brokerage, they call them A book, B book, and all of this. But I just want to show you model through which you can make money. You can start a brokerage and make money from there. So what we have to expand to you, and why I want to take what we're presenting to you very seriously. I do not know how many of us can have that really have the capacity and passion to set up brokerage. Is it too expensive? Maybe not. But there are things, if you do not know, even when you spend the last card or so much money, that same brokerage may not survive. Write down today. Write down today's date. Today's date is on the 8th of May 2026. If on the 8th of this 2026, we're having opportunity aligned with the forex market. Just a moment, guys. All right. Now, brokerage system is a very fantastic because it's a medium, right? And it's a business model. So you may not necessarily involve your money into the market fluctuation, but as a medium through which you bid, set a bid, buy and sell it. It's still a business. People are there making a lot of money there. So brokerage is a business model. Then we have some hybrid brokerage model. A combination of A book and B book, allowing brokers to manage risk by passing toxic flow to the market while keeping safer retail flow in-house and all of that. Then white label partnership is a business model in the forest. Then proprietary prop firm, trading firms and all that, their business model. People set it up to make money. I'm not going to expose certain secrets about prop firm tonight. It's just to let you know, these are business model. Then copy trading and social trading. Investor copy trades of experienced professionals with the platform to trader charging fees for the services. Then we have forest education mentorship, providing courses. Then we have affiliate marketing or IB, introducing brokers. These are businesses opportunity you can develop within the ecosystem of trading. Now, this is one of the biggest forest liquidity provision business model, focus on acting as the counterpart. So when you hear about model, or when you hear about financial market, you hear about forest trading, it's beyond just coming into, or when you hear about foreign exchange, it's beyond just being a retail trader, but it has to do with many, many, many things. But what are certain limitations that we could have? That, okay, I want to float in, or I want to float a brokerage firm. There are so many things involved, but that's not for us. I just want to let you know that there are diverse ways of making money from the global financial market. Now, quickly, what we have for you. I've told you that it's about 3-in-1 solution, but there are tools required for this. One of the first tools we have for you is a broker. And the broker we have for you is called Tag Market. Now, what do we do here? It's where traders come to win. Why? Now, there are problems associated with people not profiting or profitable from the global financial market. Number one, skill. Now, you agree with me? Trading is simple, but not easy. Trading is simple, but not easy. What it requires to be profitable, because there's a difference between a professional trader and a profitable trader. So to be profitable, it requires a lot, right? But of course, we need basic education. And any right education in the financial market aren't cheap at all. So the broker we have want to, first of all, cater for education, enlightening people to want to know how to buy and sell, not story, but practical hand-on education. That's number one. Okay, if you have education, after all, we have graduates everywhere, but yet they are looking for job or they got job, they are not yet well paid. So it is not enough to have the education. It is important to have exchange of that education for value. But unfortunately, most of us get to school and still exchange that wealth of knowledge by writing and humbly apply. But that's one of those things anyway. So that's the first thing, education. And now in Forex, if we check it, we talk about trading academy and all of that. People attended so many academy. And the only thing they could be talking is to be naming names of candlesticks, Maribozu, and column of name of indicators, Bollinger Band, RSI, so many names. Many of us are good in calling those names. But the conversion into dollar is difficult because knowing the name is not the same as making the money from the market anyway. And so, Tag Market's okay. There's something we can still do. Can provide signal where you buy and sell. But even when signal is given to you, you agree with me today. Most of us are on different program and signal platform. You have not even taken the signal because there's no time. Maybe 9 to 5 job, maybe 1 or 2 factors, maybe electricity in your area, depending where you stay. And so many other factors limiting me and you not to take advantage of some signal available. But Tag Market still make it available and say, you know what? We still give signal free, education free, signal free. Now, say the next problem we have associated with people profiting from trading has to do with liquidity. Liquidity. If you look at what I showed you here, you will see these are the men that take charge of the market. Say, listen, if you don't have liquidity either in forex market or in crypto market, you're on your own. You can't have a say. You can't have mouth. Look at it. Look at it. Liquidity, brokers and liquidity providers. Any broker that lack liquidity providers may suffer the market as much as possible. So what they now say, hey, what's just about liquidity? Oh, the problem is you can know how to trade the market, but you will struggle when you are trading with very limited liquidity. All right? Very limited liquidity. And so for that, tag market, hear what it says, say, amplify account, award-winning copy trading, and one of a kind technology. Tag is the broker of innovation. I call it disruptive innovation. Now, how do you mean, Felix, that is a disruptive innovation? Because there is a channel through which many of us who are traders, you will know that there's a channel through which the financial market that follows, so the forex trading, it followed this way. Look at it. We call it Financial Market Disruption Expo. First, there are 4 major market disruptions that we have. That people are struggling with market. That's what brought about PropFirm. But the disruption even PropFirm now had moved from instant funding and no challenge prop models. Why? So the biggest disruption now is the death of the two-phase evaluation. You know, many of you who apply for PropFirm first and second evaluation. Even the almighty FTMO had introduced one-level evaluation. Things are evolving and changing, right? So traditional prop firms force traders to pass tests. The new wave is instant live capital or pay later one-step evaluation. But expanding the market disruption, the amplified capital model is a specific and powerful trend that blends retail brokerage with high leverage prop structure. Tag market model is the 7th disruption in the global financial market. Why? The attraction is simple. Traders can pay a fee and start trading real money. That has to do with profit on day one, or pay after passing one step challenge with a lesser challenge target. That's not what we're talking about today. But tag market have changed the game with their amplified model, the amplified 12 and 24x capital model. This disruption completely removed the barrier to entry, all right, for high volume trading. Instead of asking a trader to trade 100,000 account to prove they are good or forfeiting their initial deposit as a fee for their instant funding. So the broker amplifies their own money instantly. Now, that's what we're showing to you tonight, that we have a broker that say, oh, the challenges are much. With these challenges, people cannot make so much money because they are limited on their funding. So this is a broker, regulated, licensed and regulated. You can operate different account types. Different account type can operate zero account, pro account, cent account, Islamic account, and amplified account. So we, because of leverage, we were interested in amplified account. So generally, the amplified account on this platform is called 12x amplified account. That's what generally available. What do you mean by 12x amplified account? Meaning I have $1,000 is deposited and amplified up to 12 times. That is $12,000. Now, this is not the usual profit. No, this is amplified. We call it a disruptive innovation. Deposit your money is still your fund. Trade with $12,000. The only caution, don't lose 10% of that fund. Simple. Make money today as far as above the minimum withdrawal. Minimum withdrawal on the broker is just $10. You make it today, you withdraw it. Now, but this same system said it's not enough. We can teach you, we can give you signal, we can amplify your account, but there's a big challenge there. The big challenge is that AI has actually disrupted the market the more. It is said to be 89% of the forex market is handled by AI. 89%. Talk about why? Talk about even trading tools. And that's where talk about expansion into what we call AI-driven institutional footprint analytic. Traders are moving away from basic indicators like RSI, MACD. They are now obsessed with smart money concepts and inner cycle logic. With AI can now calculate instantly. So AI will do everything you don't need to know so much. But beyond this now, what this broker say, it's not enough. We have AI that will help you to make so much money without knowing even a jack from the forex market. So that's the first tool. Apart from the broker giving us liquidity for scaling, giving us education for knowledge, giving us signal for application to make out the money, but we still do not have time. Or we have time, but we want to leverage. The power of leverage cannot be overemphasized. That was what brought about solution. So there's a solution called Copy X from AITECH. What's the solution? The solution is simple. 12S is given to you by Tag Market, meaning amplify your account. Please take note. That's your fund you deposit is still your fund. You can withdraw it after 30 days. It's not an amount used in buying a profit. You're only leveraging, just like you fund your money in Binance, for instance, if you are trading futures and you went for 20x leverage, 50x leverage, you trade, you make money, you have maximized the volume of money in that market. So exactly what Tag Market have done for you. But you say, okay, what if I don't know how to trade? Or what if I don't have time to trade? So it's very simple. So what happened? Searching for one of the strongest conservative risk management platform called Sonic AI. Sonic AI is one of those, copy provider on Tag Market that we in our community use in trading. Why do we use it? Because of this following. Now, if fellows come to you now that have been trading and copy me, you probably want to see my past result. But even though we say past result does not determine the future, but it can be used to anticipate the probability. And that's why this was picked, which is called Sonic AI. Now, if you have been trading Forex for some time now, you will get used to this tool called my FS book. Now, I know so many persons are asking now, is this broker regulated? Of course, you can check. This is Tag Market. You can check on wikifs.com so that it must be, okay, Felix is the one that opened his own. Maybe Felix must have updated it and changed it. Photoshop and AI are too many today. No, but this is raw by yourself. You're going to check it. Regulated. It's a regulated broker in Mauritius. And now, if you check some brokers that you are even shouting about sometime, some of those things you will see them low or negative. They will say very poor. Somewhere here, I wouldn't need to start searching some brokers, but some brokers are so much respected. When you come from all those evaluation, they are really not there. All right, they are really not there. They are not on MT5 and so many other factors. So I'm talking to most of us who are professional now, because you're going to see that, oh, this is regulated. This is from Mauritius and fantastic. I may not need to go further about the insurance. You can do that by yourself to know that this same broker had gone on the reset time and make available what they call insurance coverage, Lloyd's London insurance. Now, so going quickly, what form are choices of using Sonic? So we have to track the record. Tracking the record of Sonic is the #1 best software in the world. Not for over profit, but conservativeness. No blowing of account, because it's a low risk, but low reward. But this is the advantage. You are going to understand the power of leverage. I told somebody the other day, and I said, hey, you know one thing? We're told that 24 hours is what's given to everybody. And so the best way to look for, if you want to have more hours into yourself, you learn how to leverage. You can leverage by money, right? Or leverage by people. And the same way, leverage by people, you pay them salary or you pay them exchange of their time. How is it possible? You can ask, if we're told that Dangote have minimum of 5,000 staff in the Dangote group of company. So that means 5,000 staff with Dangote company are number of people who have sacrificed the 8 hours of their productive day, the 8 hours of their productive days in exchange of money to Dangote company. That's a leverage. So it then means if Dangote have 5,000 staff and 8 hours of their productive time must be given to Dangote. And for that, if you say 8 hours in a day, but if you stay in a place that's, maybe traffic, let's say case study, you stay in the mainland in Lagos and you work in Ireland, now you know that hours that Dangote is paying for was not the hour you inject. You injected more than that because probably you have to leave your home around 4:30 in a.m. and you get to job, you work, you close, you stay back so that to avoid the traffic. So you may probably get back home around 9 or 10. And so that means the hour you actually gave was 8 hours was paid for, but that was not so. But Dangote now I've calculated, I've taken 8 hours from this man. So if you multiply 8 hours by 5,000 staff, that means he has about 40,000 hours as his own. What he does with that, you don't know. So, but the most important thing is that he now had multiplied his hours with his money. And everyone that give that hours is they're going to work productively, and 10% of their productive work are going to be given to them, and 90% given to Dangote. You understand the power of leverage. So he borrowed your time and pay you money for it. But you can see that wages is what were paid. So he will make profit, but you will collect wages. So, but profit is actually better than wages. So for this, we said, okay, looking at this platform, what form our choice? Fantastic. We track the record of this platform, not this year, back to 2025. From January to December, there was nothing any called losing month. January to December, no losing month. In the month of November and December 2024, no losing month. So 2025, January to December, no losing month. Now we're in 2026. January to April, we just concluded, and now we're in May. So all this month from November, December 2024, then January to December 2025, right now we're in 2026, had amount to about 18 good months in the past, and there has not been any single losing month. But something we discussed here. What we discussed too, but because you may not know or you didn't do your arithmetic properly, now, it has been recorded, we have seen on the average, what Sonic has produced on the average is about 1.17%. One may is, 1.1%. That is nonsense. The question you have not asked that, 1.1% of what? So our challenge is amount we have. But look at why these two marriages work. Slow and steady with low risk, low reward, but on an amplified funding. So straight away, to do the arithmetic, if Sonic will do 1% in a month, and you deposit $1,000 into the platform, $1,000 into the platform, and Sonic do 1%, then the direct appreciation of it is this. 1% on that your $1,000 will be $10. Then $10 times 12 will be 120. That means you have done 1% multiplied by 12 times. That means you have 12% as a gross profit. But I have good news for you. Now, if we've been invited by somebody within our ecosystem or leader in the platform, definitely there's what we call community code. Community code makes us to have a special deal with Tag Market, not to limit our ecosystem to 12. Is 12 bad? No. 12 is what has been and it will be. But 24 will go. We're only privileged for it to be extended for this month. 24x will go when? I don't know. What if they stop it today? What if they stop it tomorrow? So, but the reality is this, 24x, which means if Sonic do 1% in a month, it's going to be 1% of that money you deposit multiplied by 24. That's going to be 24% of the amount you deposit. Have you seen the sense there? It makes a whole lot of sense. Now, if that's the case, that's not enough. That's not enough. We have to now check the possibility of our account got blown, because if you're on 24x, Tag Market say don't lose 5% of that total funding. So which means if I put $1,000 and 24x is $24,000, if I'm trading anyhow, I should not lose my own capital, which is $1,000, and at the same time, $200 from the liquidity provider, which means don't lose $1,200 from this transaction. You can now see our choice. We now see which platform, which trading software is as conservative as Sonic in the world. No, because we don't want to blow accounts. We want to have consistent growth without exposing ourselves to unnecessary risk. Because in trading, we always say you have to protect capital, then you have to secure profit, and you have to learn how to trade with profit. So that's what we check. Secondly, with the risk strategy that Sonic is trading, what are the chances of our account going blown with Sonic? Say, for my account to get blown, if I'm on 12x, which means 10% drawdown, Sonic have to trade and lose trade perpetually from 1 to 78 times for your account to get blown. Why? Since 18th, now 19th month that Sonic have been trading, the total drawdown it has ever experienced is less than 1%, 0.86%. That is for 18 months. So if somebody have traded for 18 months and cumulatively the total drawdown that has been accumulated is less than 1%. So that means the chances of your account get blown in the next 18, 19, 20 months tag market traded by Sonic is about less than 1%. Less than 1% chances. For the next 1.5 years trading on Sonic, you have chances of less than 1% for your account to get wiped off because of the strategy. So on 24x, 39 times losing back-to-back. And we have tracked the record. There hasn't been any time that Sonic lose trade 3 times back-to-back. Okay? So we're going to show you some of those examples. So that is Sonic. On your own, please, you can independently just type on Sonic or type on my FS book. And when you type on my FS book, you can come to search like this and type Sonic AI like this. Because you may say, oh, he just used his own link. When you type Sonic AI, you see it here under systems and you click it. It's going to give you this same thing. So that's enough for Sonic AI because that's the solution that is giving us profit on a daily basis. But that is when they trade. So when we talk about daily basis, when Sonic trade that you make money. So this is not a Ponzi, audio money. No, no, no. If Sonic do not trade, you make no profit. Sonic trade, you make profit. And they are trading conservatively. Fear of account got blown, forget about it. It's out of it. So now for Sonic, so far, can we see some evidence of what Sonic have done to some of our account? Why not? I'll quickly share with you now to show you some trading or some result that Sonic had produced on different accounts. And of course, you were told that you can start with Sonic AI with as low as $10. So we're going somewhere now. Quickly, everybody. You can start with as low as $10. So I'm going to show you now about the average on how much on different account size. So you are at liberty to invest any amount of money you want to put in. So, but take note, this is not an audio system. Okay, this is a reality.
In progress.
So give me a moment as I share with you some examples of the trading on Sonic with some account at different account sizes. Let me just show us. Probably I'll show about 2 accounts of at least a little amount, and then you can understand how this trade has been going on with different accounts. Quickly, I'm sharing with you right now to show you how Sonic had been printing out money to both that know much about trading and those that do not know much about trading. Now, one of the things is that everybody that participates in the market will make money, but you need to understand, do I need to trade before making money in Forex? You can now see the first thing I showed to us is that you don't need to trade to make money on Forex. Now, this account of $200, you can see on the screen, this account of $200, this is the only trade Sonic did today. Today is Friday, you should understand. And this account of $200, if you check, I don't know how many percent is this. This is $2.14 on 200. You can do your calculation. Now, this account was registered and funded on the 2nd of April. Oh, sorry, on the 2nd of May. What am I talking about? 2nd okay, yeah. So this was this. It was 2nd of, okay, 5 and 7. This account was funded on the 2nd of February. Now, so far, this account has made $150. The $200 is not an investment scheme. It's a capital deposited to get amplified 24x. So if I like now, I can close everything, withdraw my profit, withdraw my, everything. So if you look at it, this account has withdrawn $131. So that means there's still some money left behind that has not been withdrawn. So if I like now, I can withdraw my profit and say, capital, come out. You are at liberty. And I've told many of us, now that's a account of $200. Now let's check account that's a bit higher than the $200. Checking account that's a bit higher than the $200 should be account of $5,000. 5,000 amplified to 24x will give you $120,000. Now let's go quickly. Today, the same strategy, the same time, the same entry, the same exit, but different account size, $54. While some were doing just how much? We're doing 2.14. Let me check this account. I think it's $64 account. It was $10 account that was compounded. Let me quickly check how much that probably made. How much that probably made. So let's check. That makes 74 cents. So if you go to account of $10, you may see just 14 cents. So that's the reality. This is not an investment package. If you want to make bigger percentage, put big money. No, 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 no. This is your capital base. The AI is trading evenly, and then depending on what capital you have. Rain fell evenly, but the amount of water you will have in your vessels depend on how many vessels you pick out to the rain, why it was actually raining. So that's some example of the trade outcomes. I'm just sharing with you now on some of the trade outcomes by Sonic AI. So why was he able to achieve this? Okay, so I checked. Okay, I forgot. This account of $5,000 was funded. Quickly, let me show you guys. This account of $5,000 was funded on the 1st of April. That was last month. The account of $5,000 was funded on the 1st of April. And altogether now, so far so good. That means it has done 1 month plus. So the total amount it has made now is $1,965. Now listen, no lifting of fingers. Passive, decentralized. All right? No challenge time, no period to wait, no waiting period before you can withdraw, nothing. If whatever profit made is up to $10 and above, I am at liberty to take out the money. All right? So that's one thing you should understand. So quickly, many will ask me, oh, Felix, how much do I need to get started with? This is not a package investment scheme that pay you deal money. This is a broker. You fund at your liberty. Minimum you can connect to the board or to the AI, $8, $10. All right. So we're going to do something very importantly. We still have some school of thought that told us a lot of things. But before that, I quickly want to log in to the AITECH that housed this whole ecosystem that we're telling you about right now. I'm going to log in and show you the AITECH that house the connection and all the like, so that you understand how it actually works. And then before we, part from the passive income side, and then those that are always interested in building residual, we equally see more details about it. Now, quickly, let's look at it. This is AITECH. Number one, AITECH connects you with the copier solution using Sonic and other about 57 other provider so that you can explore money out of the broker called Tag Market. But the medium through which you are going to get that is called CopyX. Now, once you connect your account to Sonic, it's trading on Tag Market and you are making money. That's the first solution. The second solution, which is still passive, is the Bit1 crypto exchange that's about to be connected to Endotech. Someone may ask, what is Endotech? Now, quickly, just watch this clip as we move on, okay? Just quickly watch this clip as we move on so that you can understand what we are sharing with you is beyond what you must have been told or what you persuade or what you perceive, I beg your pardon. So please just stay calm as I interject you a little with this clip. Can we go together? All right.
What happens when two powerhouse fintech companies join forces to accomplish what's never been done before? A wave of disruptive opportunity. Bit1, an innovative, invitation-only cryptocurrency exchange with a groundbreaking affiliate, has partnered with Endotech, a world-class AI fintech leader, to deliver exclusive access to one of the most advanced AI trading systems ever created. This isn't just automated trading, it's real artificial intelligence. And this isn't just another exchange, it's a platform built by the people, for the people. With 60% of Bit1's trading, banking, and debit card fees, and 85% of Endotech's auto trading performance, all rewarded back to the community. This strategic SaaS alliance is positioned to make history. Endotech, led by financial AI pioneer Dr. Anna Becker, and her team of quant scientists, has reached a revolutionary milestone. A true artificial intelligence system capable of reading and predicting market movements with remarkable precision, delivering performance previously unseen in the financial industry. And now, anyone can participate and benefit from the results. With over 3 decades of history, backed by a global entrepreneurial community since 2021, and after 5 years of relentless innovation and over $40 million deployed into development, this next-generation AI trading system is now ready to go live to the world, and the timing couldn't be better. Endotech has officially partnered with Bit1, a powerful new crypto exchange designed for the modern entrepreneur who values passive profits, leverage, and scalability. Powered by over 1 million active members, Bit1 and Endotech together are set to disrupt multiple industries. The mission has begun. As the official and exclusive copy trading solution for Bit1 users, anyone, anywhere, can open a free account, plug into Endotech's automated trading, and enjoy passive earnings, paired with a world-class exchange offering unlimited crypto debit cards, crypto banking, and shared revenue opportunities. Members not only benefit from AI-driven trading and premium exchange services, but those who choose to refer others can unlock multiple income streams, earning from Endotech's global performance fees, Bit1's trading fees, and even debit card and banking fees generated within their referral network. Whether your goal is simply to put your money to work or to build powerful residual income, the Bit1 Endotech Alliance represents a true marketplace disruptor. No cost to join, no monthly fees. Set up your free account today using the referral link provided by the person who shared this video, and get ready to experience financial innovation like never before.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, just like I've told you now, that this is a total disruption. Why? Because we're leveraging on technology. Now, so soon, this same month, you may be seeing that Bit1 with Endotech go live, and then you have opportunity to make money in crypto without knowing how to trade, without knowing anything about cryptocurrency, but you are still making money. Now, we're still shouting and screaming about what we're doing on the forex market. Then you are still going to make passive income, hassle-free on crypto. Then talking about the card is coming again. That's another massive stuff. Now, so this is the backend for AITECH that connects you to the Sonic AI in trading on Tag Market, and then connecting you to Endotech that we trade on Bit1 exchange. You know why I'm excited? This same Endotech, what it costs ordinarily to access per year, what it costs per year to be part of Endotech and use it to trade, because Endotech only trade for institutional investor. So what it takes per year to connect your account ordinarily to Endotech, it's about how much? Look at it on the screen. Look at it on the screen. This is a flat annual subscription fee of $125,000 is applied for every $5 million with a 25% performance fee. Now, this is the craziest thing I was doing. I was looking for an opportunity to get involved in Endotech. And they say, hey, you know what? We don't offer services for retail trader, but institutional investors. And I need it badly because I was using some AI as far back as 9 years ago, right? And the AI, I have to engage and set my trade by myself. So when I saw Endotech, I say, oh, this is cool. I can be doing other things while that one is coming and bringing money for me continually. And that was in 2021. That's about 5 years plus right now, right? And then I was scrabbling to look for where I can have access. Lo and behold, I got a company that was from US, and then they gave me access, but based on the fact that I should pay $5,000. Come on, it looks, that means what they gave to me as giveaways 120,000, because I was looking at 120,000 and they were not giving me access, but I now got an opportunity from a company who are institutional connector to the platform. They were able to share license to me, and I paid $5,000. I jumped at it. I never asked any question. And when I shared the same Endotech with some friends, they told me it's a scam. That the office of this was in a restaurant in Israel, that they're not real and all that. I never tried to argue because this is a solution. I'm not depositing money on Endotech. I'm depositing money on an exchange, and then I'll be trading. So how is it not a scam? But sometimes, we are victim of someone's ignorance. Somebody spoke something without understanding it. You hijack it and you speak it to another person's, and because you do not really understand what they're talking. What is a scam? They don't know, because somebody else say, oh, this is a scam. And you say, oh, this is a scam. And without knowing your own, having an opinion to know what actually that is. That's, by the way, that was how I jumped at it. But lo and behold, that's the same solution that's been brought to you, courtesy of AITECH and Tag Market, free of no cost. When I got at it with 5,000, I was happy because I saw that the platform gave me leverage of 120,000, just pay $5,000. But right now, you pay nothing. Just like as many of us, if you have been in Tag Market either last week, last month, last year, or anytime, or January, beginning of this year, I'm not sure the Tag Market ecosystem asks you for a dime before connecting to Sonic AI. So now let's go quickly. If that is the case, oh, what are certain things I can do? I do not have enough money, Felix. This is my challenge. Now, there's something very profound that Warren Buffett told us. And remember, when you check who told you something, you want to see his impact. If Warren Buffett is telling you about money, then you have better listen to what he's saying when he talk about money, because these are people with proofs of money. But there's something that triggers us into that. And I will never forget telling you this. If I didn't tell you, that means I've actually offended you so much. One of the things that triggered us was that those of us in Africa, in Nigeria, especially you are in Naira, imagine our financial status is still measured on dollar. Go and research. Our financial status is measured on dollar. And they came up with this standard that if you are making anything less than $1,500, that means average of $1,500 in a month, you are a poor man. That's what they said. Wow. That is average of 2 million naira in Nigeria. You ask yourself a question, how many people make salary of even 500,000 naira in Nigeria? But this is where we are, that if you are making anything average of 1.5 in a month, you're a poor person. And that's why I always tell friends, if you're a millionaire in naira, you're a glorified poor man. So with that, when I say, okay, what can I do? The question I ask many friends, if you check this place now, where do you belong? So that means there's a sense of urgency. I need to be angry with myself. So you ask yourself now, where do you belong? What if you are not even making up to $1,500 in a month? How many of us are making $1,500 in a month? But they say, even if you make it, you are a poor man. If you want to know, I know some of you connected here, you are in diaspora. You know how much you pay for your house rent in London, in Canada, in different places. And so he said, if you want to become a low income earner, make average of 1.5 to that $3,000. So if you are making anything $3,000, you are a low income earner to stay in low cost area. Wow. $3,000, that should be average of 4 million naira. They say you are a low income earner. Then average of 4.5, you are stably paid. It's just stable. At least he has a stable income. So that means $4,500, it's about 6 million naira, is a stable income person. Then you want to go to middle class, above just being paid stable, then you should make at least average of $6,000 in a month. That's average of maybe 9 million naira, 8 million naira, thereabout. Then you want to be a comfortable man, just to be comfortable, $9,000. So maybe that's where your target is. I don't want to become even upper class. I don't want to become wealthy. I don't want to become rich. Because if you want to go for level of millionaire, you should make $1 million to $2 million in a year. That will become a millionaire. So that means you may be looking at, okay, what can I do to be comfortable? So ask yourself. So that means if I make even 1,500, I'm a poor man. No, I reject to be poor. So what should I do? Now, we now say this tool can help you. If you have small money, then you should have big patience. What Buffett told us about Warren Buffett, 6 rules for money. Don't lose capital. Of course, we have told you about why we go for preservative of Sonic AI. Okay? Invest in what you understand. Okay, go. The third thing, that's what we work with so much before we talk about the last thing, which is learn every day. He said the power of compound. If we read this, he said the rule. What is the rule of the compound? He said, let time turn small amount into big wealth. So that means if you don't have big money, have big patience. If you don't even have money at all, then bury your pride. Because if you are too pompous to talk and make money, you'll be too humble to talk and beg for money. Listen, if you are too pompous to talk and make money, you will be too humble to talk and beg for money, because you are going to your boy day. So he's still talking, but you are just being humble. And that humble is not good. There is dignity in labor, but I'm not sure there's any dignity in begging. So that's why it's a let small amount, all right, into big wealth. And he said, why? He said, small gains add up exponentially. Number 2, he said, early start, huge advantage. That's what I tell people. There's a sense of urgency now. You listen to this presentation, that means you need to run fast. Then the next, he said, interruption kill growth. That's why I was okay, what can I then do? This man is talking about compound interest. Einstein talk about as the 7 wonders of the world or 8 wonders of the world. So now let's go. How do I go? Okay, Sonic say you can actually copy them with as low as $10. I don't think anybody listening now, $10 is bigger than you. No, I don't think so. I'm not preaching, please. I'm just telling you, if $10 is bigger than you, you just saw what they say. Making anything $1,500, you're a poor man. So if $10 is shaking you, then there's a problem. So say, okay, what can I do? My financial life planning. So, okay, if I put in $10, so let's start from there. An investment had 3 categories, 3 levels of investment. Investment had what we call short term, medium term, and long term. Short term, I'll be acquainted with 1 year, less than 5 years as short term. Medium term, 5 years and above, but less than 10 years. So that's okay. Let's go with average of 5 years, 60 months. Like Dr. Amarati will always ask us, if you say 5 years is too long, I say, well, I don't think you are planning to die within 5 years. So if you don't plan to die within 5 years, then what's your plan in the next 5 years? Because you shouldn't think that house rent will be cheaper. I'm not sure you think that school fees for your children will be cheaper. I'm not sure you think even livelihood will be cheaper. I'm not sure you even think, you don't know what the exchange rate would be, whatever. If you want to know the difficulty of making in Naira and spending in dollar, is the worst experience anybody can have. So the best bet is make in dollar and spend in Naira. Then you can have free movement. So with that, we say, okay, $10. And from what we have seen, at least for the past how many months with Sonic AI, is doing average of 1% and above. And that 1% on 24x is 24% gross profit. If they take 30% profit share, you are doing average of 16.8. Last month, April, what we did was 31, 32%. So when 30% was picked from that, that means we have 21%. So if your account was $1,000, then 1% or 1.26% giving 30%, that means $300 was done. Now, if that was done, 30% peak, $90, that means you have left behind $210. That's 21%. So, but we work on the average. I said, don't go too much. 16, 20, 21. We'll say, let's leave it at 15% on the average in a month. So if that is the case, now I need to have 5% because I have a very small money. All right. So for that, I want to go for 60 months, which is how many years? 5 years. So 5 years, then the money is too little. I can't compound weekly because it's too small. It's $10, but no amount is too small to start business, especially what we are showing to you. So if I can start with $10, maybe I will need to ask you, which business can you start, physical business you can start in Nigeria now with $10? That may be very cumbersome. So we'll say, okay, let's go with this. $10, compound it for the next 5 years so that you can see if you can live a poor man life. So that means in the next 5 years, on 15% without lifting fingers, compounding every month, that's the job you have. Every month you come compound it, you are going to have average of about $43,000. Oh, okay, $10. That's massive. So the logic there is that, what if I have $100? $100, that means this $100 I can compound every week. That's the advantage. So if I'm compounding weekly with $100, how much am I going to have at the end of 5 years? Please take note, when we're talking about this compound, Sonic Tag Market is not holding you to do that. We look at it, the power of compounding. So we now say, okay, your financial planning, you can work with that compounding. And then let's look at it. In the next 5 years, $100 compounded every week give you average of $695,000. So if it's engaged, and you are just paid only 1 or 2% or 3% or 5% or 6% of that every month, then you can live maybe a comfortable life. And that's just the whole ideology. Can $100 fall you now? Well, I don't know. Maybe it can, but I can tell you, I don't know what investment you can do now anywhere in the world, not even Nigeria, with $100, and you'll be having a crazy turnover at the end of 5 years with as massive as this. Now, we now said one of the best things in the ecosystem, certainly people want to become a leader in, residual commission of it, minimum withdrawal is $250. And this is most of the counsel I give to people. I said, if I have $5,000 to invest right now, the best I can do is to put in like $4,800 or $4,750 in the bulk that I can be withdrawing money and take care of my family, depending on how you are doing your thing. Then $250 should be there. So that means I know that at the end of the 5 years, then I should be having this. But it's going to be more than this, because at a point you may be compounding every day. It happens today. When they say trade has taken place, some people, Pastor Dele as an example, and other people said, we just finished compounding it, meaning they don't even want to see any profit hanging and waiting I do. Go and work. Get engaged now and make me more money. So I can't leave you. It's too risky leaving you. So what if I'm compounding with $1,000? Felix, somebody say, why will you compound $1,000? Maybe you don't know. If you have been in the ecosystem, we have an account that is owned by somebody and is compounding every time. And the account, the default deposit on that account was $99,500. And that was since October 4th last year till today. What it has generated, compounded, and part of the money have been withdrawn, what has generated is about $796,000. Oh, yeah. So this month, make it 6 months. 4th of this month, make it 6 months. So $796,000. So that means by next week, when trade resume, you are going to see at $800,000. So, ladies and gentlemen, so if I'm compounding $1,000, that means I could just be compounding instead of weekly, I could be doing daily. That's the truth. So, but just jumping in, let me put it in semi-daily, because maybe if Sonic do not trade any day, then you can't compound. That's what you need to understand. So let me do semi-daily or semi-weekly. So what is semi-weekly? Something like that. Then let's compound. So my $1,000, let's compound. My $1,000 compounding semi-weekly, that's, half or whatever. Then I'm going to be having about $7.5 million. It sounds impossible. Maybe what should make you think that is possible is that, let me show you something very quickly. A little diversion to crypto so that you understand that some of us have missed out of internet. You have missed out of crypto. There's no doubt about it. The kind of money that have been made in the past 10 years in crypto cannot be made in the next 10 years. If it's being made, it's not for the general public. If you go to your Google, you can do this thing on your own so that you forgive yourself missing the crypto. You probably forgive yourself missing the internet. Now, there is the disruption of the disruptive of the disruption now is called the AI. So it is said that 65% activities in crypto is run by AI, 65%. But in Forex, 89% is run by AI. So let's quickly look at, just type June 2009 Bitcoin price. I know many of us will say, oh God, if you say I know, it's not true. If you knew, you were not going to invest. If you invest, you will have sold it. That's the truth. Now, June 2009, Bitcoin price was average of 0.0001. That's 3 zeros, 1. When we check the price in this, calculated, $20 gave us 200,000 Bitcoin. So if you calculate that, the worth of that amount now was running at $16.3 billion. So how much can you make in that way? So it has actually passed us. So AI now is generating, and we now say, okay, can't you compound just for 5 years, design an amount and compound for the next 5 years and see the magic that will happen for you. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the opportunity we have for you that you can fold your hands. In fact, one of our friends will call it, you fold your hands and make what he calls sleeping allowance. He calls it sleeping allowance. You know why? When you just wake up, while you finish doing everything you want to do, you just carry your MT5 to check. Sonic, how are you this morning? They welcome you with warm welcome. It is good morning in this morning. Good morning in this morning. Why? Because they are not resting, they are not, so you leverage on them and make a lot of money. So quickly, what we encourage people again when you come in, those of you who have already registered, we said rather than just having one set of connection, all right, that you should, as a matter of fact, instead of one connection, you should try and create more account. Let's say I'm running with $5,000 now. It's an error for me not to have other small account like $200, $50, $10, $20. Why? It's easy for me to be compounding $20 and forget it, because based on the capacity you have, it is easy for you to be compounding $10 and forget it than compounding 10,000. You won't forget it. You will always be checking it. Okay? That is why we said, if I put $10, I can be compounding for the next 10 years, all right? And I can see the result I'm going to make. Ladies and gentlemen, wrapping up here at this point to show you some of those things we're just mentioning. After trade in the money, I went ahead and did some compound, all right? Now, why? Because this is powerful. Now, I need to now announce to some of us, if you do not know, in your back office of Tag Market, there is academy there. So some of you who are traders, you love to trade and all of that. Free education is given to you. Don't pay for any education anywhere. In fact, we have some people from places that people pay for education. They are here, and every education and signal they give here, you are giving free. Many of you, I will not mention institution. This is Joy Arias. Some of you who are in some platform of education where you pay for monthly about $150. Now, one of the top person providing signal there is here giving you free, no pay, don't pay anything. But I can tell you, not many persons had come here. Now, not just recording training, then you still have what we call live session. Look at the live session that was held yesterday. This is another educational provider. They did indices, forex, and crypto education yesterday. Then on the 5th, they did what? They did gold trading. gold trading, live trading. Then look at this. So there are two powerful educators here. One specializes on gold, one trade gold and other instrument indices and forex. Now, this is free. Then the Signal group is still free. If you are registered and fund your account, you'll be given. And the Signal is given every day on gold. Now, this is the thing I want to show to you. I go to the back office here and click on this copy X. That's the place we connect to Sonic. And then your money on your tag. Look at it. This percentage we said minimum drawdown was the overall performance of Sonic externally before it came on tag market. But since it came on tag market, the maximum draw with a low drawdown is 0.26%. Now, if I click on details now, so you're going to see very like an abnormal demand curve going up continuously. Why? If you are a professional trader, I don't think your chart can be like this. Your trading output chart may not be up like this. Now, look at how many number of people that are copying only this Sonic. 173,216 connecting to Sonic. Last month, 30% profit share that Sonic collected from the total profit made by them was $110 million. So for 30% to give you $110 million, so do your arithmetic. So consistency is what we know with Sonic. Now, if you see, as I click here, I want to go to Follower Hub. If you go to Follower Hub, then you're going to see on strategies. So look at different account that is with this person's account here. $69, I'm sure it has been compounded. You probably, okay, almost $1. So this cannot be compounded today, almost $1. Maybe it has been compounded before. This one, oh, new trader today, that means powerful. So new trader today, am I correct? Maybe I will check thereafter. I think, is that new? That should be new. Okay, that was not new. This is Sonic. Okay, this one had not gone to $1, so I can't compound. Okay, new trader today. Yeah, the trader today. That's good. Now, look at Sonic. Look at $200. This is 9.17. If I want to withdraw it, what do I do? Look at it here. I just click here. Because this 9.17 you are seeing is after they have taken their own 30%. So mod 0.17. So once I click withdraw, it goes to the wallet. It goes to my internal wallet where I cannot add my external wallet or right and withdraw my money externally and then make do with my money. Do you get that? Look at the account of $5,000. It's seated with $1,900 because certain charges have been taken from there. Now look at this account was $10. It was no longer accredited. So by next week now, I can compound again. All right. So it's supposed to be monthly. I don't wait for monthly. Once I see it's up to $1, I compound it. So it's growing gradually. Look at this one. So it has been compounded. That's why it's having 0.69. By next week, it will added because what it started with was $90.50. And so that is one of the massive things you would think about this opportunity. So ladies and gentlemen, for those of us who are building ecosystem and all of that, people are making insane, massive money. I'm sure you have not heard where you hear you are making money from level 1 to level 10 deep into this team building business on AITECH. Level 1 to level 10 team building. People are making insane money on this platform. Apart from your passive income, then you can make residual income just building the ecosystem. But I need to disabuse your mind. This is not an investment scheme. When somebody sign up and fund his account, then the platform butcher the money and come and give to you. No, it's not like that. Please take note of that. This is a broker. They deposit their money is their money. So broker will not butcher it. Until profit is made, that's when lot commission is paid. Until profit is made, that's when Sonic share profit with you. Until profit is made, there are other bonuses you would not make, like incentive, leadership, travel, all of those things. Then outside that, there's what we call CPA. Let me quickly show you on the CPA. The CPA means, I'm sure those of us who have been trading, right? I'm sure you know that. So you have not seen tag market, any add-on, nothing. what they said is that our already registered customers, if we have up to 700,000 people registered on our ecosystem, why do we need anybody to advertise to? So let's pay CPA to anyone as they are building and growing up. And the CPA here is not the usual, only the people you sign up directly. Now, from 10,000, 50,000, you see the percentage. If you have total deposit in a month up to 50,000 within your organization, you are paid 2% of that. That's $1,000. If you have CPA of 200,000 in a month, and then you have 3.5, that's about $7,000. This one is paid monthly. But all other ones, like what they call lot commission, is paid weekly. And it paid in level 1 to level 10. How do I achieve that? Level 1 to level 10 is simple. When you want to be a leader to build the system, you should have minimum of 250 in your account, right? That you are trading with. Then you should have people you have invited that have at least minimum of 250 directly. Then as they move, you are expanding to 10th level down. And you know what it means. Your level 2 will be bigger than your level 1. Your level 3 will be bigger than your level, stuff like that, in that order continually. So, and you are paid from level 1 to level 10, which about 8 point something dollars is shared in that category of $2, $1.5, $1, $1, $0.5 down. So imagine that you're here and you have over, maybe at your level 5, you have about 1,000 or 5,000 people there, and they are trading whatever profit they made. They calculate per each of the lot size, 50 cents times the number, and you are paid. That's why people are making insane money on lot commission. Then profit share. Profit share is whatever Sonic take as a profit share from the total volume. So within your organization, so is paid evenly. Level 1, level 2 to level 10 is paid evenly. What do I mean? 2.5%. 2.5% till down. That means the total number of volume available in each level, then the profit from that, so 2.5. Look at example, look at this now. This is like level 1 of this account. So in last week, total deposit on the level 1 is about $7,591. Profit made on that was 7,005 was 658. 2.5% of that gave 16.33. So that is how on each level, total number of account connected there and all of that. So that's how the profit share, that's 30% that Sony collected, they share with you. I don't have to do this because leaders can understand the insane thing available here. Then you have leadership pool, incentive, and all of that. I have a friend last week that collected $2,000. Why? Because of the total volume available in his account 3 months consecutively. So he said it's either he traveled or he requests for the USDT. They have given him the USDT and say, well done, congratulations for doing that. So these are some of those things for some of us who want to build the residual income. So I've ended up showing you the passive income and the residual income. What about the active income? Is straight away. You want to build trading career, you have the education, you have the signal. And even within our ecosystem, we have powerful support system for people who actually want to trade independently. So imagine when you have passive income solution. Now, your trading pattern will be different from the gambling many of us are used to, because by the time you are looking at your house rent, your children's school fees, and so many other money, that your trade will not be correct. One of my friends told me, say, what you should never trade for is when you are in the emergency need of school fees or house rent. When you are trading, 95% chances that you keep on blowing the account is very hard. Because you are under pressure. At that time, you are not trading what the market is saying. You are trading the school fees. You are trading the house rent. You are trading the money for whatever. So those are the things you have been encouraged to be careful and be cautioned not to engage yourself in trading while there's a demand on you, so massive demand on you. You have to be careful not to expose yourself. So this is the solution we have gotten. Now, finally, ladies and gentlemen, one thing I love is this. These guys came and disrupted everywhere, but I love some brokers. Some brokers have started copying the style. I'm not ashamed to say these are smart guys. This is a broker. I know many of you know about Hot Forest. Look at Hot Forest here. Now, Hot Forest is here. They were not operating this account before. What they were operating were zero account, normal account. And so I'm sure they have seen the significant impact or importance of Amplify account. Now, liquidity is a problem for people to trade. So they now have to create what they call 0-10x, meaning you can amplify your account up to 10x. But listen, this 10x, if you put in $1,000, you amplify to 10,000, right? Don't lose 10%, which is that your 1,000. But that your 1,000 you deposit is actually not your money again, is the money to the broker. That means you use it to buy, just like normal instant funding in Profem. You have used the 1,000 to buy 10,000 volume. So what option do you have? The option of you must trade to make the money. If you don't trade, forget about it. That's one of the things. But what Tag said, we are not going to just show you the opportunity to amplify your account. We'll still give you solution that will trade for you. Fold your hands and make what we call, as simple as possible, what is it called? Sleeping allowance. So, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations for those of us who started this training from the beginning up to this point. I know many of us have questions, but if you go out there, the disruption is already crazy. I was sharing with some of our proteges yesterday. I said, I don't go to convince people about this project. I show people. And it's a must for me to show you. If I do not show you, I commit sin. If you do not do it, man, I'm not saying that may be iniquity. So that's one of the powerful things about this. Many of us who may not be, business builder as much. I have a friend when he started, his intention was not just to be making noise. He got started, he funded his account, he was making money on the passive income. So all of a sudden, some people check his account and saw that he just registered about like 4 or 5 people directly, and all of these people have done accounts more than 150 minimum. That means he has opened level 1 to level 4 or level 5 of that his account, right? Level 1 to level 4 or level 5. So the volume that's available in level 5, level 6, level 7 to level 10, they are more. You need to know those people. And when they have examined his account, say, this account is a potential account. Do you know it's a sleeping giant? What is here is massive. That's when he begin to ask questions and say, what is there? I don't know. He just saw that, okay, on the average in a week, sometime from the team commission, since he's not too passionate about it. He saw that he was making around $80, $120, $150. And then they said, this money you are making is just small compared to what you're supposed to be making. Say, then what should I do? They say, make sure you qualify your first level, minimum of just 10 people with that minimum of $250 and see the magic. So he said, okay. He looked for money and just registered member of his family. Then he said the following week, that thing that he was always making, not growing more than that, $120, $80, $150, he saw the money went up to 260. The second week, he saw that he was making average of $500. The third week, he saw that he was making average of $905. Then the subsequent week, 1,135. That one, $1,350. And we now say that means potentially, if you remind me, I will going to ask that person this week when the money is paid, because money is getting paid Saturday, Sunday. All right, Saturday, Sunday, the old thing will be calculated and people withdraw, and it will give you good money in this money on Monday. Or if you didn't come on time, if you get to Monday, then before Tuesday, give you good money in this money. So the fellow is now on the stage of about $1,400. So that means on the average, if you start hitting above 1.5, that means in a month he can make what? Can make $6,000. So on residual income, he has worked himself to the level of stably paid person. All right. And that's the lovely thing we have here. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't play. I've told you we have Signal. So please, if you are registered and you have not joined the Signal group, after now, ask your leader. And then there's a group that has been created already. Please make effort to get to that place so that you can have access to some information. Some of us like, I don't know much thing. Tomorrow by 1 p.m. GMT+1, please, we're going to be live. Only the registered member. However, if you want to still invite your friend, it's okay. But tomorrow morning and night, we don't come for training. We resume by Monday. But Saturday, that's 1 p.m., is for leadership training and back office training. Leadership and back office training. So we'll take you through some of those things. And something just reminded me, one of our wonderful father in the house told me something. He said, please, I should tell you people, because so that you don't make that mistake. Every account connected to your Sonic AI, every account connected to your Sonic AI, please, when you are adding your MT5 detail into your MT5 app, add the investor password so that you'll not be tempted to trade it and disrupt the trading activities of Sonic, because you may mess it up. If you want to trade, you can fund another account and then start trading that. So make sure you don't cost yourself. You hear what Warren Buffett say here. Maybe if you don't know, let me show you. And that should be something that should really, really sink into your mind and understanding. He said, interruption kill growth. Interruption, that's the last point. Interruption kill growth. That means when you're always interrupting, you are like a baby who plant corn. Many of us fell victim of that. When you plant corn in the village, I'm a village man, okay? And then you always going there to remove it. You frustrate that seed. That means you are not being scriptural. He said, let that seed fall into the ground and die. So you are bringing it out. And it died eventually, but it cannot bring any more fruit because you didn't allow it to die in the ground. So most of us, that's what we do in business. Even in your trading, you open a trade, you put stop loss, and you put take profit, and you sat down with it. It's like somebody have paid for you in a restaurant. You still meet the attendant and say, no, I want to pay. Come on. That means you want to frustrate your helper. So that's one of the lovely things when it has to do with this business. Get involved, be objective, be focused, and be strategic. And then you'll be surprised what you'll be getting. So, ladies and gentlemen, at this point, we are getting pause here.